Good morning, gang. Happy Friday. Okay, so it's Friday. What does that mean? For most people, or for some people at least, I'd say half, today's payday. Okay, and what do we do after we get our paychecks on Saturday? A lot of people go to the grocery store. Yeah, okay. Uh, and we get to take a look at the half a cart of groceries we have. And when we go to the cashier and she says how much money we owe, we have sticker shock. Okay. Well, yesterday, the Biden administration did something to try to help that, at least for a few people. Last night, it was announced that the food stamp program is going to give a 12.5% raise in the amount of SNAP benefits. Okay. So, under the maximum benefit, a family of four will see their food stamp allotment go from $835 to $939 a month. It's a lot of money. Okay. It's a lot of food. Okay. Mrs. P and I are a family of two, and we don't spend 460 or 400, was it 470 bucks a month on food? Half? No. Okay. It sounds great, and I'm all for helping people that are needy. You know that, okay? Here's my problem with this. 13% of the American public is on food stamps. And in itself, that's just disgusting to see that more than 1 in 8 people in this country needs government assistance to buy food. All right. But here's the question. If 13% of the people in this country are getting a 12.5% raise on their food budget, what about the other 87% of us who pay for food in cash? The solution isn't to hand out more free money. The solution should be, how can we get the price of food down so 100% of the people in the country can benefit, not just 13. This is absolutely a pandering for votes type thing, under the guise of, oh, we're helping the poor, blah, blah, blah. And sure, no doubt anybody that's on food stamps sees this as a welcome addition to their household budget. And I'm all for that, okay? If there's one thing I don't mind my taxes going for, it is to help people eat. Now, the problem I have, of course, with food stamps, and you've heard me say this many times, is like the story I told you one time about being in New Hampshire where there was a guy in front of me buying steak and live lobsters as I stood in line with my chicken thighs, and he paid for his steak and live lobster with food stamps while I paid for my chicken thighs with cash. Okay, that I've got a little problem with. But as for helping people, no big deal. And of course, what you're going to hear is all the, oh, well, it's all the red states that are on food stamps. You guys are the ones that suck the money out of the government. Okay, yeah, well, let me dispel that real quick. The number one state for the percentage of people in the state that collects food stamps is New Mexico. Please tell me the last time New Mexico has sent a Republican to Washington, okay? The next few, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Alabama. Red states, no problem. Next ones, Oregon, Rhode Island, Illinois, Nevada. Yep, blue. Okay. So this is a problem that faces both parties, okay? This is not only the Democrats are on food stamps or only the Republicans are on food stamps. There's people from all walks of life, all races, all religions, whatever. This is not a racial issue or religious issue or political issue or anything like this. This is people from all walks of life earn so little that they need government assistance buying food. So why is it that the solution to everything is let's give away more free money? Okay, that's got to get paid somehow. So either it's borrow from China, which eventually that tap's going to dry up, guys. I hate to tell you this, all right? Eventually China's going to go, you know what? This doesn't make any sense anymore. Our economy's in a toilet. Our biggest debt holder, Japan, their economy is in the toilet, okay? And there's only so much money that the American public or whoever is going to buy treasury bonds. You can't borrow money forever, and it's got to come from somewhere. So what does this mean? This means that our taxes are going to have to be raised, okay? Because spending is out of control. Gee, Pinball, you just told me something that I had no idea about. Right. Okay, I'm not trying to do that. Trust me, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just making a point. Calling the people in Washington stupid because they don't understand that eventually the money's got to come from somewhere. This is why preppers, okay, and I'm not going to say prepping channels because preppers were around long before YouTube was, okay. This is one of the reasons why preppers have always said, buy food, buy food, buy food. Yes, we buy food in case there is a nuclear Armageddon or an economic crash or a zombie apocalypse or whatever, and the stores are closed and we have something to eat. Yes, very true. The other reason that we buy food, and you go into your pantry and look at the labels on them, if you've even got any groceries that still have the little stickers on them, and look what you paid for your groceries that you bought a year ago, 2 years ago. That box of macaroni and cheese that used to be 59 cents is now $1.29. Or that can of green beans that used to be 59 cents is now $1.19. I mean, those are things that are in my pantry and the prices. Okay. One of the reasons we've always said buy food is because it's an economic investment, if you will. I'm still eating food based on a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago prices, depending on what it is. So it's not whacking my budget as much because I don't have to go to the store and buy at today's prices. Will I eventually have to go buy at today's prices? Yeah, because my pantry is not never ending, okay? But this is the thing. We're paying for an increase of food stamps to help 1 out of 8 people. The other 7 out of 8 people just got screwed even harder because not only are we paying the cash for our groceries, we also have to pay for the increase in the food stamps out of our taxes. What does that mean? Oh, well, we don't have any more money. Well, we're not paying, our taxes haven't been raised, but your services that you receive are going to be dwindled to pay for this. I mean, you start talking about the amount of money that is paid out in food stamps. New Mexico, with 21.5% of the population on food stamps, $619,000. Okay. Let's talk about down the list with bigger states. Louisiana's second at 1.3, I'm sorry, that was $619 million. This is per year. Louisiana, 1,300,000. Alabama, 1,100,000. Illinois, 2.7 billion. Pennsylvania, 2.6 billion. New York, $4.5 billion. Florida, $5.8 billion. Texas, $5.8 billion. I know everybody wants to know this one. California, $6.4 billion going to food stamps. I mean, we're talking billion with a B. You start adding up what I mean, I just gave you those real quick. What those just add up to? $50 billion in food stamps. This is where the problem lies with this country. And again, we know where we can put 99% of the blame on it. It all goes specifically to Washington, D.C. from stupid policies. All right. We're the United States is the breadbasket of the world. We feed more people in the world than any other country, okay? China's got 2 billion people. We feed a lot of them. India has nearly 2 billion people. We feed a lot of them, okay? We ship more food overseas. Why is it that we seem to be able to manage to feed the rest of the world so well, yet we have such a problem feeding our own people? Because you can't tell me that China or India or Uganda or whatever country we're sending food to is giving us fair market value for it. No, we're doing it because we're such good human beings. No, we're doing it because the bullshit line of trying to spread democracy. Yeah, right. Okay. That works so well. We prep to avoid situations like this. Why can't our country figure out how to fix this problem rather than keep putting Band-Aids on a cancer? People need to eat. American people need to eat. The hell with the rest of the world. I could give a damn if the Chinese eat. I could give a damn if the Indians eat. I can give a damn if the Ugandans eat. I've said many, many, many times, we don't give one drop of aid to a foreign country until every kid in this country goes to bed with a full belly. It drives me nuts that we've got to have more freebies handed out because the government has screwed up our supply chain, our food chain so badly that the only thing they can do is pander. Okay? Oh, we got to figure out how to get votes. Let's see if we can pay them. Okay? Let's give them free money. Hey, I gave you $1,200. Hey, I gave you an increase in your food stamps. Vote for me. I'm looking out for you. Right, okay. Ask any black person. The only time they're ever of any interest to a politician is a couple of months before an election. The day after the election, they're dropped like, a hot potato. Okay. Tell me the last time the Democrats have done anything good for the black population. You can't, because they never have. Okay. Yet for some reason, as a bloc, the African American community votes for Democrats. I will never understand that. Okay. But guys, this is an issue we're facing. Food prices suck. They don't raise food stamps because they expect the price of food to come down. Just saying. Food prices suck right now. Keep stacking it, because what's the latest story? This is going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving ever? Well, that's only a month and a half away. Okay. We're going to hit a food crisis. We're going to tell you about the nitrogen, the fertilizer problems. That's food. Okay. Yeah. Not eating the nitrogen, but growing food. Okay. Keep putting it away, because the last thing we need to do is have this conversation a year from now when I'm going, well, the 20% of Americans that are now on food stamps, because remember, Potato Joe still has 2 more years in the White House. God help us all. Pinball out.